Well, happy Saturday, April 9th, 2022. I want to thank you for being here. I appreciate each and every one of you. If you need IT consulting, you want to reach out, you've got ideas, you want to join the Bits and Bourbon podcast that we are filming the first episode. Well, it's really the second episode. The first one wasn't really called Bits and Bourbon. It's where we messed around with OpenSense for a while. But you can always go to williehowe.com, fill out the contact form, click Hire Us, and someone will be in touch with you as soon as possible. I hope everyone is doing well this morning. I actually have a list of things to talk about. It's on the back of Thursday the 7th, so I have this awesome dad joke calendar that my wife got me for Christmas. I wrote on the back of this, I've been keeping these because the back is completely blank, right? So I tear it off, it makes a good scratch pad too. So just burned my Hawaiian pizza. Should have put it on a lower temperature. That is an ultimate dad joke. I love it. All right, good morning, everybody. Let's go to the chat. Good morning, CH, Jim, JH, Gibby, Cody, Sean, George, Gordon, Brian, TN Bighorn, Ryan, Jeremy, Prav, James, Dave. The new sign on my right. Did you notice that? So I actually... when we do the Bits and Bourbon podcast, you're going to see I've got some, I had some custom Glen Cairns made. I also had some custom coasters made. And I got two sets of coasters. One is laser engraved into like a, I can't remember the name of the rock, but then the other is UV printed. And the fella did the UV printing for me. Also sent these. I didn't actually order these, but he sent it. So this is supposed to be like a bourbon barrel in the back, a whiskey barrel, and it's all UV printed. So you're going to get to see all that stuff. So stay tuned for that. But yeah, that's that. I've got two of these, right? So I've got one that's like 3D out of wood over here and one that's UV printed. And then that sign right there, my wife made. And the wood this is reclaimed pine from Taylor Moore out east, and then she created a template, and down in New Orleans, they basically live by the motto, "Let the good times roll." It sounds cool when you say it in French, but I wanted one of those, so I'm actually going to get this. I know it's been sitting back there for like a year, so I'm going to get this mounted too, because we should all live by the motto, "Let the good times roll." So yeah, I'm getting ready to redo the office. I'm taking everything out of the cardboard boxes. We're going to have an electronic sale. Some stuff I'm going to give away, so you're going to want to tune into that. Good morning, Sean. Sean says, nice day here in New Jersey, getting ready to leave for T-ball game. Yes, lots of busy things happening. The weather's turning nicer in a lot of places. Still cold here, but the grass is growing, so that means I'm going to be mowing. I'm actually looking at getting Ryobi 40-volt electric push mower, self-propelled, to get into those hard-to-reach places you can't get the zero turn into. But there's about 40 of you here, so hit that thumbs up real quick. Good morning, Brian and David and Systech and Ferris. Hit that thumbs up. I'd take 85 degrees right now and not complain about it. All right, so today I am going to do the first giveaway. So everybody thank Dale. I don't think Dale is here. Yeah, good morning, TVJ. Good morning, Dennis, and thank you to those of you who are coming from Tom Lawrence's live stream. I know he was streaming right before us. I think Unky Joe is after us. I think Cody is tomorrow. What I need to do on the website is I need to create like a TV guide type listing for the creators and have everybody send it to me, and we'll just have a page where it shows everybody's live chat. Sean, it's interesting, right? So when you start looking at analytics for channels and things like that, there's content that I love to put out and I actually lose subscribers on it, right? So like if it's so strange, like you never know what's gonna happen. So Dale and I have a meeting I think Wednesday evening. We're gonna hash out a bunch of stuff, and Dale, maybe we should drink some whiskey during that conversation. I'd be down for that. It could give me a chance to keep using those whiskey rocks you sent me. And the coffee's gone, by the way. Yes, Gordon posted Le Bon Temp Roulette. I think I just totally butchered that with my lazy tongue. And Unky Joe says, no stream for me today, spending some quality spouse time. Yeah, so actually I want to implement a plan I am spending more time with my family and things like that. We've had someone sick every week since Christmas. So yeah. So when I do content sometimes that I like, that I think other people will like, I actually lose subscribers. Now I'm here to help people, so I'm going to keep doing that content. I'm not going to stop doing that content, but then I have to do other content. At some point we all get into this and we're like, oh, subscriber count doesn't matter. This doesn't matter. But then you get into, it does a strange thing to you, right? Like I still have an application that is going to keep me humble, right? So once I do hit that 100,000 subscribers and I get the play button, and the play buttons, I'm still going to be the same person. My wife has promised to hit me with a shovel if I'm not. So, Bob, I do have coffee, just not the bourbon coffee. But and maybe we should, next Saturday, Tom and I think are going to stream together for a little bit. But hell, maybe we should drink whiskey on a Saturday morning. Anyway, back to the first part here. Our first giveaway, thank you, Dale, is going to be, you've seen a video on this on my channel before. GWN 7660 Grand Stream Wi-Fi 6 AP, used in a lab environment. Here's the rules for this giveaway. If you're listening to this, please follow the rules. What you're going to do is, after the live stream, you are going to, in the comments of this live stream, this is how you get entered into this giveaway. In the comments of this live stream, once it's done, and I'll say this twice, you're going to go put in the comments, I want to know what year was the last Grand Stream partner conference, what was the year, and where was it hosted, and for bonus points, who did I meet and take a picture with? So, to get into the giveaway for the Grand Stream access point, after this live stream is over, you have to go to the comments. You have to comment the year and the location of the last Grand Stream Partner Conference. Extra points for who did I take a picture with. So this is it. And I will, if you're in the United States, I will ship this to you. If you win and you are not in the States, I will PayPal you some money, because to send something like this internationally, you're probably looking for a single device. Once it hits that international line, you're probably looking at a minimum of $40 to $50 shipping for this. So we'll work that out. But once again, to get into the giveaway for the Grand Stream GWN 7660 that's never been in production, likely still has a warranty, in the comments of this live stream, after the live stream is over, year, location of the last Grand Stream Partner Conference, Extra points for who did I take a picture with. All right, good luck to you. Over to the comments. Cody says, oh, I just got that AP to do a video on. It was hard to get in Canada. Yeah, so they make excellent APs. You're going to want to be careful there, Cody. Some of us have already been notified of where we sit in the pecking order for Ubiquity because of the way that we do our videos. And I know that they love sending you all that stuff. And so you better watch out. You start doing Grandstream videos, they're going to take it out on you over there. All right, back over to Gregory says, good morning. I'm loving the quickie sub 2-minute videos. Gets me thinking about different things that maybe I should be. Yeah, I love putting the shorts out too. So my goal is the days that I don't release longer videos, which could be like 3 to 5 to 10 to 15-minute videos, that I'm putting out a short every day just to keep people going. And there is Bob Carpenter is posting links to the other creators that are with us. TN Bighorn says, the only time that I've unsubscribed from a channel is when they turn to clickbait. Yeah, and sometimes clickbait, yeah, it's weird. I agree with you, though. JH says, I need to start doing tech YouTube videos over pizza making videos. So it's funny because if you search the YouTube machine, my family and I, years ago, thought it'd be awesome to create a pizza channel, and it's called Pizza is Life, and my wife made this awesome logo and these awesome stickers. And I think we've got 3 or 4 videos out there, but then the kids weren't like into it. It's like anything else, right? Unless you already have a big following from somewhere else. When you spin up a YouTube channel, it's very difficult to build it. And, people get tired of it. Not like, we're grinding away at this. We've been doing this since 2015, 2016, and we haven't hit the 100K yet, but that's not what this is about. It's about bringing, the community together, sharing ideas, bringing affordable consulting ideas to folks. Which, by the way, if you're not on the mailing list, then you missed the email last Monday that talks about our managed services that we are now providing. So if you're interested in that, shoot me an email. I'll forward you over. Actually, if you go to our website, williehowe.com, you'll see the page there, currently under development, but gives you an idea of the direction that we are heading. We are not doing Windows servers and Windows Workstation MSP. I feel like that's almost a race to the bottom. And so we're going to bring in a strategic partner for that. It's just not something that I want to 100% get into at the moment. All right, so we talked about the live stream. We talked about the giveaway. If you just got here and you want to know how to get your name in the entry for the GWN 7660, you have to make sure that after this live stream is over, that you comment in the comments year and location of the last Grandstream partner conference that will get you into the giveaway drawing. Extra points for who did I meet and take a picture with. All right. Back over to the comments real quick. Love Prav says, love the shorts. Good morning, Tom. I love pizza. That's why I'm at a constant struggle with my treadmill. Good morning, David from Southern Illinois. Ram Rogue says, thanks for your videos, even if most of it goes over my head. You are welcome, and always ask questions. I try to respond to everything unless people are just being ridiculous. Then I just gloss over those. Christopher says, good morning. I've been trying to stop people from sharing the Wi-Fi at a site. It's just a base UDM, so supposed to be 9 clients, but now they have over 20. People share it from iPhone to iPhone. So here's the thing. What you could do, and if it's a business, and especially if they're doing credit card transactions, I mean, you're getting into a mess, right? What you're describing is you're getting a mess that is getting ready to happen. So what you could do is you could change the Wi-Fi from a pre-shared key over to 802.1x, enterprise authentication. You could set it up to challenge against Active Directory, right? Now, any business who provides technology to employees to use in the course of business should have non-disclosure agreements in place. They should also have acceptable use procedures and policies in place. And in that acceptable use procedure, you should talk about how you can't put personal devices on the private network. Well, now what you're going to do is you're going to tie their Active Directory or some sort of credentials that actually identify them very easily to that Wi-Fi. And in your acceptable use, your non-disclosure, you should have a provision in there that says that employees cannot share their credentials with people. Okay, so now you're starting to put teeth into it, right? So when you get into IT, people think it's all just a bunch of pushing buttons and flipping knobs and twisting knobs, flipping switches, but it's not. There's a lot of policy procedure that needs to be in place properly, and a lot of people don't understand that. People just think, do the technical stuff, and that's it. I run into so many small to medium-sized companies that have none of this in place that we are trying to help them. Sean says, did you get the email on DSM 7.1? Yes, and I have it installed, and 7.1 has been very stable, and so we are going to move ahead with 7.1 very rapidly. I'm going to do a video on that. So, Christopher, take a look at how your organization, or how that organization is laid out, because then you put some teeth. You put some teeth into the written procedures, and you should be getting employee signatures on all those things. Yes, tossing policies, packets, and procedures, 100%, Bob. If you're running an IT company and you don't have policies and procedures in place, whew, even if you're running a company now and you're providing technology, you have to have these things in place for your protection, for your customers' protection, for your employees' protection. All right, let's see. So you're going to see DSM 7.1 video next week. Working on that right now. And the update is super easy. Now, it is going to kill some apps. If you're still on the 6.2, some of your apps are going to die, not be supported, so we'll talk about that. GWN 7660LR, any good? It is an awesome access point, Eric, and I recommend anything GrandStream related as far as access points go. If you don't need like super duper advanced things like where an AP has a VPN built in that calls home automatically if you send it home with somebody. TVJ says, I started my YouTube channel to show behind the scenes of TV and radio because I am often asked exactly what I do. Yeah, and that's the thing, right? People think that I'm probably surfing the web all day. I am not surfing the web all day. I am reading legal opinions. I'm reading laws. I'm reading procedures, policies. I'm helping to craft and write policy on top of putting my hands on the technology and making it then work and meld with those policies. There's very few, I don't know that there's any YouTube channels that actually talk about policies and procedures. So I'm going to write that down. That is going to be a Bits and Bourbon topic. Policies, procedures, and the difference. Can you tell me the difference between a policy and a procedure? All right. David says, what is ideal backup for Synology NAS? How about active backup for business to back up a laptop and hyper backup to back up the NAS? Yeah, and actually on 7.1 now, David, you can actually back up the entire NAS. That's something they have added. You can actually back up, you can restore now a Synology NAS from bare metal. So, yeah, we're going to talk about that. Yeah, Christopher, reach out. We do a lot of the 802.1x stuff, and we've got the procedure down to be able to make it so you can just challenge Windows machines. Windows computers are going to be the biggest sore spot in this. When you start looking at the authentication, by default, they're going to want you to push a cert. There's some group policy that you can use to get rid of that and make it credential-based only. Sean says, our VoIP provider started offering Grandstream, but they do appear to be behind the times. As a month ago, they didn't have a solid config. We had to move to Polycom D230 for our stores. That's unfortunate, Sean. Reach out. Maybe we can help you with that. David says, employees don't always want that. Fought lots of losing battles where they don't want to lock down, just get documented that it was offered. Absolutely. Because then when there's an incident, when there's a data incident, you have now warned in writing, and you've given the consequences in writing. And now that there's an incident, you can clearly show, because if you let employees connect their devices, you're going to have an incident at some point. I'm going to be taking this with me. This is my, I love this DJI Action, the Osmo Action 1st gen. I'm not going to buy the 2nd gen. This does everything I want, but this is what I used to record the video that it was released Thursday, because now I said I lost a mic. So I love Rode mics. Rode equipment I think is awesome. I can't afford a Shure SM7B and a cloud lifter. Otherwise, we would do that. Maybe if the Bits and Bourbon podcast takes off, that'll be an investment that I make. But I really love Rode mics. I have Rode. This is a Rode. You're listening to me through the Rodecaster Pro. I've got the Rode Pro mics. I've got Rode lapel mics, Rode Go. I've got the Rode shotgun mics there. But I will tell you, I was looking to really step up my audio game. And if you haven't noticed that my audio game over the last year or so has probably gotten much better. And I will tell you, the name of this company is Deity, and they are not sponsoring this. And this is, I think, the D3 Pro. And I will tell you that this mic gives better sound to my camera than any of my Rode cameras. And now I see they have a Rode Go competitor, so I think I'm going to be compelled to buy that. They are not sponsoring this, but what happened is I fully charged this, and the battery's built in. There's a USB-C charging port. This thing kept a charge for 10 months, and I used it at least twice a week for at least a half hour. The battery life on this thing has been just damn amazing. I don't expect it to stay that good, but if you were like, okay, what are we going to do? Like, I'm buying DT mics for on-camera mics over Rode these days. Rode had better hope that DT doesn't start making like this is the podcast mic, awesome mic. Some of the plosives still come through, but if Deity did it, I'm going to probably buy one. I can't recommend this. If you're looking for an on camera mic, I can't recommend the Deity enough. Like I said, I'm not being paid to say this. I'm not an affiliate. This mic gives awesome sound. This little Rode, or this one is not a Rode. This is a Movo. I think I bought this as part of a kit. And I think I bought a cheaper one because if I destroyed it in the field, I didn't want to cry about it and care about it. So this actually gives really good sound too. You can see the sound adapter on the side of the, yeah. So I'm going to start carrying this with me, getting some more on-the-go stuff. Gibby says, yes, I was thinking about reviewing our policies this past week, but I don't know where to start. So videos would be great. We are having some turnaround right now. You can email me as well, Gibby, and I can help you with that. So I, over the years, have written so much policy procedures. And I'm fluent in Illinois law when it comes to technology, identity theft, things like that. I obviously don't know everything about Illinois law, but since this is where I'm at, this is where I concentrate a lot of my time. But then we can pair you with, if you don't have a law firm in your area, we could help pair you with a law firm that could make sure that what we're writing jives with state law. So the wind noise, so this is obviously not a dead cat, but the Deity does come with a dead cat to slip over this. So when you're out and the dead cat, the dead cat absolutely reduces tons of wind noise. I'll do some footage. It's a little windy here. We're going to have stormy conditions for the next week or so. I'll do some test videos and show, but yeah, the dead cat on this. And I hope they never change the name of that. It's called a dead cat, and there's no reason to be offended by that. Anyway, yeah, it helps immensely, and it also covers up some of my breathing that accidentally creates ASMR for everybody. Morning, Jacob Johnson. Which road is that in front of you on the pod? Yeah, this is the pod mic. and I have the whole kit. I also have a second podcast kit. So the original idea was to take the Rode Procaster, load everything. I bought a really nice like Pelican type case for this stuff to travel. And then I was like, you know what? This is a lot of gear to travel with. So now what I have is I also invested in the Zoom PodTrack P4 and all of the kits that go along with this. And so this fits in my book bag with the over-the-ear headphones with the microphone stands. This is actually the Zoom microphone stand for their mic. Fits into the bag, goes in there with my laptop. I have an entire podcasting video creation laboratory once I shove my MacBook in the book bag on the go with me. It is absolutely amazing, and that's one of the things. 2022, we're going to be doing some traveling. We're going to be hosting trainings. You're going to see that, and so wanted to be prepared for all that. JH says, I review policies every time something new is implemented. Yep, and in a lot of environments, like a PCI, HIPAA environment, there's actually supposed to be a change procedure and a form, whether it's electronic or whether it's a paper form that is filled out anytime you make network changes. You're supposed to list, name of the person requesting it, the date, department, what the change is. So you have to describe the change, hardware, software, and then there has to be a backout plan or rollback plan in that. And then somebody is supposed to approve that, and you're supposed to keep that on file, right? So if you're PCI compliant and you're making changes to the network and you don't have network change documentation, take some time this weekend and get caught up. Troy says, your thoughts on UDM Pro versus Edge Router 4 with US24 via link aggregation group. ER4 may be better due to UDM Pro backplane 1 gig. Who keeps saying that the UDM Pro has a 1 gig backplane limitation? I want to know who says that the UDM Pro has a 1 gig. I want somebody to point me to the documentation, please, that says, I want to know where it is in that says that the UDM Pro can only do 1 gig of switching. Tell me this. Somebody point me to the documentation, please. Cody, if you don't want to use that Shure SM7B, I'll trade you. Want to make a trade? Yeah, you should get the Cloud Lifter is, I think, a necessity. Cody, even with a mixer, I would put a Cloud Lifter in there and see what you get. Good morning, Gina. Jeremy says a great alternative to the Cloud Lifter is the SE Electronics DM1 Dynamite. Yes, and it looks like a little stick of dynamite. It's a fantastic piece of kit. There's also another one that Sweetwater sells that's only like $40 and it's silver. I can't remember the name of it. Maybe you know, Jeremy, but I was looking at it and I was actually going to get that. Good morning, DJ Ware. Bob says you spend like $400 to $500 on the Shure SM7B and then you have to spend another $150 to $200 to make sure it works. Yeah, dynamic mics are bizarre. Good morning. Good morning, Tony with Quick Tech. We're only missing Joe. Good morning, Tony. Tony showed us this morning on his video release how to unblock IPs in DSM 7.1. Go check that out if you're wondering about that. Gibby says, I'm finally getting some time to change and revamp our entire network. MikroTik Gateway, TP-Link Omada switches, and Cambium APs. So I was changing. That's what made me think about it. Yep. Change management. Brent Haven says, thoughts about the Unify Next Generation Gateway Pro. Good morning, Brent Havens. Brent is a friend and a customer. And Brent, if you could, Brent has my super secret squirrel number to know how to get a hold of me. If you could, I signaled you a couple things, Brent. If you could let me know about that. And then also if it's okay for me to not give details, but to do a video about the large voice network that I'm currently building for you with all those remote sites. If you could let me know if it's okay to do a video, I'd love to just give people an overview of that. So this is the Unify Next Generation Gateway. My video on this is coming soon. I I am not going to hook it to an external controller to like Hostify like Cody did. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to hook it to a Cloud Key Gen 2. So you will see that video. I think it is a fantastic device. I think it is great in the lineup. Yes, I'll pay more money for it because I can put it on my own controller. So I think it is a fantastic device. I'm working with a grocery store chain. We're going to put one in. Yes, you can do policy-based routing. You can do SNAT, DNAT. Excuse me. There's things that the thing is Ubiquity's not calling them what we're used to it, right? There's new names for everything. So, let me know. Cody, shoot me a Twitter DM, would you, with a link to that video? Because it is nowhere in Ubiquity's documentation. Bob, thank you for posting that link. If you want to contribute to Willie's new ASMR microphone fund, contribute at Patreon. Thanks, Bob. I appreciate that. Yeah, Gibby, right now is the time to get all of your procedures and everything in place before the company gets too big and it gets too unwieldy. Now is the time to be putting those procedures and policies and things in place, and we can help you with that. Clark Technic. Jeremy, I believe you're correct. It's a little silver one, right? About $30-$40. So, yeah, $35. I want to know, Jeremy, maybe you could do a comparison on that of the Clark Technic between the, if it works as good as the little Dynamite one. Let's see. What do I think of the Untangle merger? I think that it is awesome for the Untangle folks. Congratulations to any of the Untangle folks that are out there. You've worked your asses off, and it's really, really payday when a company like Arista buys you, right? So good for you. I think that there are going to be great things from Arista and Untangle going forward. When Untangle gets an injection of capital like that, it's going to be fantastic. Brian says 1 gig UDM backplane is not on the data sheet, but it's all over the internet, and my coworker has one and claims it is the case. I just need to I'm not saying that I don't think that the people are credible, but I need to see some further information, or I need to test it myself. So in the comments, let me know, how would you test the UDM to see if it actually has a 1 gig backplane? JH says now HP needs to buy a firewall company so they can do data center to the edge. I don't disagree with that, but who are they going to buy? Maybe Palo Alto should buy HP. Inquiring minds. Okay, one other thing I want to touch on. You saw a short that I did about somebody having switch 1. So I should have clarified in that video, that network design, that is a single switch connected to a firewall. Yeah, they could buy Barracuda. Barracuda's ripe for the pickings now that they're private again. And Brent just messaged me, so I'll have to read that. And I'll be working a little bit again later. With it getting nice, gonna have to do chores. We got to take grandma grocery shopping, do all those good things. But that network design is a single firewall, single switch. I should have clarified that a little bit, but yeah. So if you haven't checked out, the last video that I did about the network design. So the other thing is know your worth, right? So I had somebody get a hold of me on a Saturday about 3 weeks ago, and they wanted me to quote a phone system. And so they asked me, the person that submitted this asked me to contact the CEO of the company. Cool. They're an Illinois-based company. That's awesome. I contact the CEO. This guy keeps me on the phone for like an hour and a half, talking about what he does and all these things. And he's a really interesting character, really smart fella. But for the setup of a high availability Grandstream system, with us doing all the programming, then training his folks to do it, and then integrating with overhead paging, I only charged I quoted $2,500 for that. And he thought that was too high and is ghosting us and wanted us to bring it down and give him 10 hours of support inside of that. And I am just not, I'm not going to do it. You need to know your worth, right? So why do we charge $2,500 for that? Because there's a lot of things that James and I have acquired over the years where we understand that there's a lot of things with the customer being boots on the ground. $2,500, I probably should have quoted close to $4,000, to be honest with you. But we were going to program 6 phones, 6 extensions, then train them how to do it and do this weird paging integration and some weird workarounds. And that's know your worth. If you're in the business, know your worth. If you're looking for a job, know your worth. That's what I'm saying. I just wanted to put that out there. And so, yeah. So Bob Carpenter says, do iPerf with 4 machines simultaneously through the switch? So we'll have to figure that out. We'll have to figure that out. Yeah. All right. So I do have to get going. I want to thank you all for being here. Watch for more information for the live stream next week. Come back for the shorts and for the videos this week. Yeah. Cody says 10 hours of support is worth $2,500. That's a customer to walk away from. Yeah. So know your worth, right? But I want to thank you all for being here. If you need IT consulting, you need to get a hold of us. Go to williehowe.com. You can also check out the managed services that we're providing. We're putting a different spin on that. I want to thank you all for being here. Have a great Saturday. Be safe. Be awesome. And as always, I'll see you in the next video.